Here we have a real simple game hoist that I built and you could do very easily. I'm going to tell you what I used and how I did it. We're in Mississippi, so I'll be hanging mostly whitetail deer from this. A big deer around here is probably 200, 220 pounds. It's a really big deer. Doe are about 140, 150 at the most. So this is plenty for what I'm looking for. Yes, this is a pink shop. It's a pink house and a pink shop. My wife loves it, so give me a break. I've got it behind my shop here, and I'll show you kind of what I used. I used 4x4s. These are 10-foot 4x4s, pre-treated lumber. I have about 4 of them, so I've got one for each side of the post. I've got one across the top, and then I cut a piece into cross beams right there to give it some support. I dug holes about 20 inches deep, so almost 2 foot deep in the holes. I did leave 18 inches on each side, just so there's not so much weight pulling down in the middle. And then I cut 2 foot sections here for support beams, and I cut them at 45-degree angles. I used 4-inch wood screws for these. I have a open road boat winch on here. This is a 1,600-pound boat winch. 2 pulleys up top. Now I use the pulleys that are ceiling mount pulleys, so they don't mount to the side here, they mount underneath. I find these to be better when pulling directly down. That way they don't pull out of the wood at some point. Now they could pull straight down if you had enough weight, or if the wood got old or rotted, but we shouldn't have that problem, at least for several years. I have a gambrel game hoist that I attached to it. It just attaches to the clip there, and the boat winch, you just flip like this, lower it down, and it would come all the way down, and then you would flip the switch back and crank it up just like you would a boat, and it just lifts the deer up. So super simple setup. Total time for this took me about, I used a table saw, assembly, cut, everything probably took me about an hour, and then getting in the ground maybe took another hour, digging the holes, getting in, packing in the dirt. Now you could put concrete in. I did not. I've not had a problem in the past not using concrete. I guess it depends on how deep you go, or kind of how much weather you have, but we're pretty protected here with the woods. Here comes an airplane. Not sure if you can hear me or not, but pretty protected with the wind behind the shop, and the woods kind of die down cut down on the wind, so not too bad here. I am considering putting a concrete slab down here just for easy cleaning purposes and things like that, but I've not done that yet. I'll update you if I do decide to do that. But this is it. Total cost for this, I'm in and out with the crank, the gambrel, and the wood and everything for about $150. So a little bit of elbow grease on top of that, and we have ourselves a game hoist that should last for years to come. Total clearance, I am 6'2", and I am up to about here, so we've got a total clearance of 8-9 feet, so that should be plenty. This is it. This is our game hoist, and we'll get our deer back in the 20 acres. If you have any questions, let me know below. I will again link a description to the pulleys, to the boat crank, to the gambrel, to everything. And I just picked up the lumber, pre-treated lumber, at a local hardware store. So that's it. Something you can do yourself, super easy. Hope this helps.